Now, okay, we're going to talk a little bit about art and theater. The other day, I sent you a copy of vocabulary related to art and cinema and plays. Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions. For example, let's see, Antonia, uh, have you ever gone to see a play in your life?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. You have never seen a play, so you have never gone to the theater. No. Okay. Why not? What is the reason why you haven't?
Um, because I don't feel attracted to plays.
Yeah, you don't feel attracted. You don't feel attracted to plays, or is it because it's too expensive, probably, or not? No,
Maybe
maybe.
no.
All right. Open question to all of you. Has anybody gone to the theater to see a play? Can you tell me your experience about that? Yeah, Valentina, you have. Tell me about it. Valentina Vallejos?
Um,
Yeah.
I used to go a lot to plays with my father because he is an actor. So
Your
he
father?
likes, yes, he's an actor.
Oh, yeah.
So he used to be in plays, but now since he's a teacher too, he likes to me and my mother to keep going to this place, usually in Valparaiso.
All right. Okay. Uh, how do you feel about do you prefer to watch a play or to see a movie, for example, in your experience?
It depends. It depends a lot because if you want to see something more like human, expressive, something unique, you will go to a play. But if you want to see something like keeps you exciting, that has a lot of things in the background, like a story that can go very long, you will see a movie. It depends on the person.
Yeah. All right. What about the rest? Anybody else have attended a play in your life?
Yes,
Raise your hand and tell me. Who? Scarlett? Yeah, Scarlett, tell me. How was your experience with that? Do you remember the
it
name of
was
the play that you saw?
uh, it was something about Neruda,
Ah,
about
right.
his
Okay.
life,
Yeah.
uh, his life.
And what about your
Um,
experience? How was it?
it was nice. Well, I have seen more plays, but I remember that one. It was the last one.
Okay. And do you remember it? Was it good? Was it funny? How was your experience about that?
Uh, it was good, a little sad, and I saw it just with my mom,
All right.
and that made it special.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, is there anything that you don't like about going to a play, going to see a play? What do you think? All of you, anybody who can participate. What would you say about going to a play, and the difference with going to a movie theater, for example? What is more, what is funnier for you? What is more entertaining? Any opinion? Carlos, for example, what do you think about it? Have you ever gone to a play?
When I was a child, I mean, when I was like 7 years old, I went to see, I don't know its name, at least in English, The Little Prince, the, the Principito,
Yeah, yeah,
Principito,
yeah.
yeah. And it was great, at least the part I remember. I mean, I was 30 years old, so yeah, it was great. But nowadays, I would really like to go and see a movie. Okay,
All right.
go to a
Okay.
cinema.
Okay. I remember that when I was in the university, when I was studying, the teacher took us to see a play, uh, a company that was coming from England. I was studying at the university, I mean English at that time, and we went to see a play. I can't remember the name of a play, but it was in English and it was fantastic, especially because of the English. It was British English, and that company came for only 2 days, and they presented in Valparaiso. It was unforgettable for me and for all of us. But in fact, I think that I don't know if you agree with me. We don't have a culture of going to the theater or going to see a play. Why do you think that happens? Why do you think we don't go or we don't appreciate theater better than cinema, for example? What is your opinion? Is it something particular, Braulio?
Many people get bored watching plays because they are too long. So that's one fact that I think that makes people don't like plays.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Anybody? Yes, Scarlett?
Well, as Gloria said, a lot of people has that stigma
Mhm.
that plays are bored and like old and all the stuff. And most of the times, the good plays are expensive. You have
Yeah,
to pay to be in a real theater,
theater, yes.
in
Yeah,
and it's not cheap.
yeah. In fact, well, going to the theater is much more expensive than going to the movies, right? That is true. Um, but in relation to the other idea that you had, or that some people had, uh, they are not old. I would say we have modern theater nowadays, and I would say that sometimes the art or the theater is kind of complicated to understand because they give us messages, little messages, and sometimes we cannot understand it well. Okay, probably that is the reason why some people avoid going to the theater because you have to think a lot. Okay, and it's easier to watch a movie, to see a funny story, etc. Okay, now another question that I would like to ask you. Uh, what is better for you, to watch a movie at home or to go to the cinema? What is better for you? If you had to decide, for example, Alberto, if you had to decide, what would be better for you, to watch a movie at home or to go to the cinema and enjoy it in there?
I guess that going to the cinema is better for me
Hmm.
because I don't know, the whole experience about movies is made to be seen in a cinema. So watching it at home in your cell phone or in a TV kind of like ruins the experience in some movies that are actually made to be seen on a big screen.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Very good. Gloria, do you agree with him? What's your opinion? Do you agree? Do you prefer to go to the movies or to the cinema instead of watching the movie at home?
Um, no, I prefer to watch the movies in my home.
Why?
I think it's more comfortable for me because I can eat whatever I want, and in the cinema only
That's another
the
thing. Eating.
popcorn. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's
Yes.
more comfortable. You can eat whatever you want, etc. Any
Mhm.
other good thing about watching a movie at home, Jorge Gonzalez?
Yeah, it depends of the situation because I'm not gonna be alone in the cinema.
Speak up,
But
please,
it,
Jorge.
okay, okay, okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that your voice is a little low, but try to speak louder then. So
Okay.
what is better, to watch a movie at home than in a cinema, according to your opinion?
Like I was saying, I really like going to cinema, but it depends of the situation because if I'm not gonna be alone in the cinema, but if I go with friends, it is a really good experience, and seeing the big screen with louder uh, subwoofers, and it's a very good experience. But if I'm alone or if I'm in the night just bored, seeing movies in my bed is very comfortable. So
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
the that's because I am saying that depends of the situation.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something about the cinema before. If you want to learn something about cinema, you have to see a particular movie that talks about the cinema, which is called Cinema Paradiso. Probably some of you have seen it. Has anybody seen that movie? Nobody? You have to
Not
see
yet.
it. You have to see it. It's a wonderful movie. It's a great movie. And it talks about the importance of the cinema in the past, in the 60s, in the 70s. Okay? I was going to tell you something about that when I was a young student. Uh, we used to go to the cinema. That was the entertainment. We didn't have television in the 60s. We didn't have television, so no possibilities to watch any movie at home. No television, so we had to go to the cinema and we had to book the tickets. All right, I remember that I used to go with my girlfriend at that time, now my wife, and I used to go in the morning to book the tickets because for there were like 3 sessions for the day: matinee, vermouth, and night. Matinee, vermouth, y noche. So there were 3 schedules for the movies. So there was the movie at 3 o'clock, then at 6 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock. We usually went on vermouth, so that was like at 6 or 7 o'clock. So I had to book the tickets in the morning, and then we could go because the cinemas were packed with people. Nowadays, if you go to the cinema, well, there are, I don't know, 20 people in the cinema. Yeah. So it was another experience. For me, it was a lot of fun. And when the video came and when the the, the TV came, for me, no more enchanting with the cinema, because for me it's not good to watch a movie on TV. The act of going to the cinema was something, a lot of fun. We used to buy something, we used to go for a walk, etc. It was kind of an experience, a complete experience. Now I am recovering because I lost a lot of the possibility of knowing movies because I stopped going. Now, if you talk to me about cinema, I can talk to you about old movies, not new ones. I don't know much about new ones. I think that the last movie that I saw was, I don't know, E.T. kind of,
Titanic.
E.T. or something like that, or Titanic. I don't know. I mean, nowadays I don't go to the cinema. Now, in relation to the cinema, um, I have to show you something and review something that we were studying last class. So we're going to share the screen to review this. All right. Let me see. Yeah, I have in here live units to see in cinema and theater. Yeah, you had a homework about this. Okay. The exercises from unit 76 that we were studying last class, the vocabulary that uh, that we worked last class. For example, I am admitting some people here. Okay, in here you have the cinema. What's the name of this part? Can anybody remember the vocabulary? When you go to this part, you go to the
Stalls.
stalls, right? Good, the stalls. Here you have the stage, and here you have, what is this part? I mean,
The circle.
The circle. That's right. Nowadays, do you have circles in normal cinemas?
No.
No. In the past, there was here in Valparaiso. Do you know how many cinemas did we have in Valparaiso? Only in Valparaiso? I can tell you that from Plaza Victoria up to Avenida Argentina, I'm going to mention the names of the cinemas. It was Valparaiso first, where Ripley is now, opposite the Victoria Square. It was a cinema called Valparaiso. Then you have Real, Colón, Brasilia, Imperio, Victoria, Metro, Velarde, and Avenida. There were like 9 cinemas in downtown Valparaiso, not mentioning the ones that were up on the hills. For example, in Playa Ancha, where our university is, there were 2 cinemas, Iris y Odeon. Okay, so the cinema was, as I said before, like the event. Okay, nowadays, well, cinemas changed, and now you have only one room with only stalls, no circles. In those days, you have three spaces to go. Platea, which was the stalls, circle, which was the balcony, balcón, and galería. And galería was absolutely for poor people. If you didn't have money to pay, you have to go to galería. And in galería, the seats were not like the ones you have now. It were like galleries from the stadium, you know, with wood, pretty tough. Okay, so it was kind of a different story to go to the cinema in the past. Okay, how do you call this part? The ones that I'm mentioning.
The aisle.
The aisle. That's right. The aisle. This is the aisle. Okay? And these are the rows. Horizontally, these are the rows. Okay? Now, last class we were talking about types of movies, and here we have some words on the left with the definitions on the right. For example, Braulio. If you say violent, what could be the definition here?
Lots of fighting.
Lots of fighting. What about Camila Cabrera? Moving. From here. If a movie is moving, what means? Camila, are you there? No. Kimberly. Kimberly, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, but I don't know yet.
But try to think. When for example, a moving film, Titanic could be moving in some parts.
I mean, Professor, Camila responded in the chat.
She responded in the chat. But I can't see the chat now because I am sharing the screen, so I can't see it. Yeah, okay. Who can tell me what is moving?
Sad and emotional.
Sad and emotional. All right. Open your microphones, and then we are going to do it fastly. Complex.
Lots of different ideas. No?
Lots of different ideas. That's right. Gripping.
Very exciting.
What?
Very exciting.
Very exciting. That's right. What about funny?
Makes you laugh.
Makes you laugh.
Makes you laugh. Good fun.
Very enjoyable.
Very enjoyable. That's right. What about dreadful?
Terrible.
Terrible. And superb?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. That's right. Now, in the other exercise that you have here, let's see. Oops. How can there? Wait.
Es la otra barrita, profe.
That's the one. Because the thing is that I have a little bit of you in here, so I couldn't see it. Okay. What word or phrase is being defined here? Read it, please, Jorge, and tell me what type of movie or thing or definition is for that. Read it, Jorge.
A play or huh?
Ah, there are two Jorges? Yeah.
Yes.
Jorge González then.
Okay. A play or film and part of the story is sung
Yes,
to music.
sang.
Sung to music.
What is it? Open question.
A performance.
Nope.
A musical?
A musical. That's right. A musical. Give me the name of a famous musical. What famous musicals do you know?
High
Shrek.
School Musical.
High School Musical.
Shrek
Mamma
musical.
Mia. Mamma Mia, ¿no?
La La Land.
Yeah,
That-
La La Land. I saw it. I saw that movie the other day. It's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Valeria, what about the next one? The people who watch a play at the theater.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows?
The audience.
The audience. That's right. You can also mention spectators. Also, it's a good word. Antonia, what about the person who makes a film?
The director?
The director or director. That's right. Jorge Alvarez, what about journalists who write articles about films and plays?
A criticist?
The critics. That's right. Let's see. Samantha, what about the name of the articles they write?
Reviews?
Reviews. That's right. Let's see. Valentina Vallejos, what about the translation of the words of a film across the bottom of the screen?
Can you repeat the last part? I didn't hear it
The
right.
translation of the words of a film across the bottom of the screen.
Subtitles.
Subtitles. Valentina Rojas, what about to reserve tickets before the performance?
I don't know.
You don't know. Who knows?
Booking?
Yeah, to book. To reserve, to book. All right. What about Crystal? The most important actors in a film?
Stars.
Stars, right? Or the protagonist also. That could be. Okay, what about this part? The film is in the 1940s. Is what? What is the verb that you have to use there?
Set.
Settled?
Could be settle or is set better. Settle es establecerse en un lugar. Set es el film está o se hace o está hecho en los 40. Okay. Read that, please, Braulio. Number 2. Pretty simple.
At the beginning,
Yes, pretty simple.
at the beginning, Paul meets Jennifer in a bookshop and they fall in love.
That's right. The next one, Soledad. Number 3. Soledad?
The film is, I don't know.
The film is simple. Is
About?
It's about 2 women who drive across America. What is that movie? The film is about 2 women who drive across America.
Brad Pitt acts on that one, right?
Yeah, right. What's the name
Yeah,
of
but
that
I don't
movie?
know the name. I don't know.
Thelma and Louise. Thelma and Louise, pretty good movie. Okay, number 4. Let's see, Kimberly.
The main character is young, clever, and comes from a very, very rich family.
Family could be, or background also.
Yeah.
It's another word, background. Okay, Martina Pizarro. The next one, number 5.
The couple are too young to marry and their parents are very unhappy about their relationship, so they run away.
They run away. Okay, number 6. Christian Videla.
In this film, the husband loses money gambling, but I don't know.
Who can do it? But
at first,
his wife knows nothing about it. Okay, let's see, Scarlett. Number 7. Scarlett?
Yes. At the beginning, the company is successful, but the things start going bad,
Going, start going. It's bad,
going
but
down.
no,
I don't
it's
know.
bad, but you have to use an adverb there. It's to go badly.
Uh, Going badly.
Always nouns and adjectives, verbs and adverbs. Yeah, it goes well, it goes badly, etc. You use normally an adverb modifies a verb. In this case, badly. All right. And the last one, Martina Pizarro.
Again,
Yeah, again.
there's a love story in it, and it's very funny. I suppose you call it oh my god, I don't know.
There's a love story in it, and it's very funny. I suppose you'd call it a what?
Oh,
A romantic comedy, maybe?
A romantic comedy. That's right. A romantic
oh,
comedy. Good.
no idea.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Pearl Harbor. What type of movie is that?
About
Mm,
war,
War
about
movie.
war.
Yeah. Four weddings and a funeral.
love,
They're all movies, right?
comedy,
Anyway, four weddings and a funeral.
love and comedy,
Yeah, it's a romantic comedy. Die Hard.
Action film.
Action movie. Frankenstein.
terror,
Thriller, maybe,
Horror
or a
thriller,
movie.
horror.
Horror movie. Silence of the Lambs.
Thriller.
A thriller. Basic Instinct.
action,
Action, I would say. Yeah, action, I would say. All right. I've seen all those movies, but they are very old, right? Yeah, very old movies, but very good movies. Okay, now my last question. I know that Martina knows a little bit about bolerias and about flamenco. But what about the
Yeah.
rest? Do you know flamenco?
No.
No? Well, I want to show you something just for you to know, because I think it is very attractive. Look at this. Okay. Uh, well, flamenco is something really wonderful. I love it. Okay. And I also would like to show you a little bit of this flamenco, but in music. Gypsy Kings, I don't know if you know them, are they play flamenco, right? And it's nice to listen to this. One thing is the dancing, and another thing is the music of flamenco music.
Teacher, I can't hear anything.
Huh?
I can't hear anything about the video.
Why?
Yeah, there is a bad connection, I think.
Well, anyway, I'm going to stop it now. But the idea to see a little bit of flamenco is for you to know this type of music. If you have to define with an adjective, what adjectives could use with flamenco? Can you mention Martina, for example, in your case? What, if you had to define or tell me anything with one word about flamenco, what word would you choose? What adjective would you choose?
Interesting.
Interesting? Any other idea? Open question?
Sensual.
Sorry?
Sensual.
Sensual? Okay. Sexy?
Sassy.
Sexual? Huh?
Sassy.
Touchy? I would say that is passion. I mean, especially when you watch the dancing, you could see a lot of passion in that woman and in the way they express those ideas. Okay. Well, but this is kind of the thing that we had to talk about flamenco, and we are going to go now into the listening part of the book, in which they talk about types of art. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen again, but now with a little bit of the listening part that you have in there. Wait a minute until I find the book. Yeah. This is here. Read the comments, then listen to the conversation and write the number of what? Let me move this. Of the ad next to the comments. Which event do they decide to go and see? First, we're going to read this. Let's see. Somebody who hasn't said anything yet today, or very little. Juan Pablo, are you there, Juan Pablo, or not?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Read number 1 and 2, please.
It sounds really awful.
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting.
All right. The other two, Valentina Rojas.
Apparently, it's absolutely superb.
Yeah.
It looks very good.
Okay. And the last two, Gloria.
I continue.
Jackie Chan is absolutely hilarious.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. He's not very funny.
He's not very funny, right? And now I'm going to see this, and also these expressions that you look at. The expressions for choosing an event. Listen again and mark the expressions Leslie and Richard use. But I want to focus on the expressions. The first one says, do you feel like going out tonight? Do you want to go to the movies? Would you like to see a movie? Do you like the sound of that? All right. What are those things? What the person is doing. When you say, do you feel like going out tonight? Do you want to go to the movies? Would you like to see a movie? Do you like the sound of that? What is that person doing?
Inviting?
Yeah, she is inviting, or he is inviting, okay? And I want to focus on this part particularly. Do you feel like, when you use this expression, do you feel like, what would be the kind of equivalent in Spanish for this?
¿Te gustaría?
Tiene ganas de. Tiene ganas de.
Tienes ganas de. Do you feel like going out tonight? But focus on this when you use this expression, do you feel like it's plus ing? Yeah, Braulio, entonces, so how would you say in English? ¿Tienes ganas de comerte un completo? Pregúntame.
Do you feel like eating a hot dog?
Yeah, do you feel like eating a hot dog? Okay, so that's the idea. Carlos, pregúntame si tengo ganas de salir de vacaciones.
Do you feel like how do you say going out? No. Do you feel like going
You
out
have
of vacation?
You have
Hmm?
vacation. You have
Ah,
vacation.
do you
So,
feel like having vacation?
right. Do you feel like having vacation? Right. Okay, so in here you have some ideas to invite people. Do you feel like doing something? Do you want to do something? Would you like to do something? Or do you like the sound of whatever? Another way of using with ing for an invitation is also how about plus ing. How about? It would be in Spanish like, ¿qué tal si? How about going to the movies? How about listening to some music? How about reading a book? How about, I don't know, studying together? See? So that's another way of inviting people. Okay, now we are going to listen to this listening about art and going to the cinema in particular. So let's see.
Do you feel like going out tonight? Sure. Why not? We haven't been out for ages. What's playing? Well, there's a movie about climate change. Do you like the sound of that? No, not really. It doesn't really appeal to me. What's it about? Just climate change? I think it's about how climate change affects everyday life. I wonder how they make it entertaining. Well, it sounds really awful. It's an important subject, I know, but I'm not in the mood for anything depressing. What else is playing? There's a flamenco festival. Oh, I love dance. That sounds really interesting. Apparently, it's absolutely superb. Let's see what it says in the paper. Ana Gomez leads in a thrilling production of the great Spanish love story, Carmen. Great. What time is it at? At 7:30. Well, that's no good. We haven't got enough time to get there. Is there anything else? There's a comedy special. Where? It's at the City Theater. It's a kind of comedy marathon for charity with lots of different acts. It looks pretty good. The critic in the local paper says it's the funniest thing he's ever seen. It says here, Jackie Chan is absolutely hilarious as the embarrassing host to a night of comedy gold. I'm not crazy about him. He's not very funny. Are you sure you feel like going out tonight? You're not very enthusiastic. Maybe you're right. Okay, let's go and see the flamenco. But tomorrow, not tonight. Great. I'll go online and book the tickets.
Yep. Okay, so in here you have some expressions to invite, some others to expressing an idea about an event. For example, I'm not crazy about him. I'm not in the mood for anything depressing. What is the idea of when you say I'm not in the mood in Spanish? What is the equivalent? I'm not in the mood.
No tengo ganas.
Ya, no tengo ganas. No me siento con ganas de, yeah? I'm not in the mood for anything depressing. For example, nowadays, with all the problems that we have nowadays, we are not in the mood for anything depressing. So I prefer to watch a comedy or something like that. But we are watching on TV every day and at every moment depressing things about, the coronavirus and things like that. So I'm really sure that we are not in the mood for, yeah? Now, the next says, it doesn't really appeal to me. What is appeal?
To attract.
To attract. Yeah, when we talk about sex appeal. Can you understand that? It's a very strong, sensation. Sex appeal. In Chile, we say, for example, sometimes, esa mina tiene sexapil, dicen aquí en Chile. Sexapil, yeah? But what they are really saying at the moment is that the woman has sex appeal. It's a very strong opinion, all right? Be careful with that sex appeal, right? And then you have, it sounds great. What's playing? Who is in it? What's playing is pretty important too. ¿Qué dan? What's playing? Who's in it? What else is playing? Who's it by? Where, when, at what time is it at? And what's it about? Okay, now I'm going to put the script and I want you to read it. Okay, yeah, this is the script. So I'm going to choose two people for doing the reading of it. Okay, let's start by Daphne. You're going to be Leslie, and let's see. I don't know, a boy who hasn't
Arredondo.
participated, who hasn't. Nicolas. Nicolas hasn't participated. So Nicolas, you are Richard. Okay, so Leslie starts. Start reading, please.
Teacher, I think you say Daphne, and Daphne is not here.
Daphne. Yeah, the same thing that happens to me all the time. So I wanted to say Samantha. Samantha, you are Leslie.
Okay.
So Samantha. Yep, you start.
Do you feel like going tonight? Do you feel like going out tonight?
Sure, why not? We haven't been out for age. What's playing?
Well, there's a movie about climate change. Do you like the sound of that?
Nah, not really. It doesn't really appeal to me. But what it's about? Just climate change?
Okay, be careful. What's it about? What's it about? Again, Nicholas.
What's it about?
Yeah.
Just climate change?
Leslie?
I think it's about how climate change affects everyday life. I wonder how they'll make it entertaining.
All right, two more. Let's see, Kimberly and Carlos. Kimberly, you're Leslie, you continue. No, I think Richard continues. Well. Carlos?
Well, that's no good. We haven't got enough time together. On the tone.
Sounds really awful.
Me perdí.
Yeah, let's start. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Well, it sounds really awful. It's an important subject, I know, but I'm not in the mood for anything depressing. What else is playing?
There is a flamenco festival.
Oh, I love dance. That sounds really interesting.
Apparently, it's absolutely superb. Let's see what it says in the paper. Ana Gomez leads in the thrilling production of the great Spanish love story, Carmen.
Great. What time is it at?
At 7:30.
Okay, thank you. Now, let's see, Soledad and Juan Pablo. Juan Pablo, you continue. Well, that's no good.
Well, that's no good. We haven't got enough time to get there. Is there anything else?
Soledad? Soledad? Okay, so another person. Martina?
There's a comedy special.
Where?
It's at the City Theater. It's a kind of comedy marathon for charity with lots of different acts. It's look pretty good. The critic in the local paper says it's the funniest thing he's ever seen. It says here, Jackie Chan, it's absolutely hilarious.
Hilarious.
Hilarious as the embarrassing host to a night of comedy gold.
I'm not crazy about him. He's not very funny.
Are you sure you feel like going out tonight? You are not very enthusiastic.
Maybe you're right. Okay, let's go and see the flamenco. But tomorrow, not tonight.
Great. I'll go online and book the tickets.
All right, pretty good. Now, if we go back to this, we are going to go into some words like this. Look at the adjectives here. Awful, interesting, superb, good, hilarious, funny. Yeah, we're going to work with this now, with the adjectives, all right? So we are going to work in here with adjectives which are called, let me continue in here. There are some adjectives that are called gradable and non-gradable adjectives. You have two types of adjectives, gradable and non-gradable. Have you heard about that? Anybody?
No.
No?
I've heard about that.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have heard about
No.
that. But I think that the majority of you haven't, okay? The idea here is that some adjectives can be gradable. That means that you can say big, bigger. You're grading, or the biggest, or attractive, the most attractive, more attractive. Yeah, you are grading the adjective depending on the situation. Yeah, for example, you can say, I don't know, Valparaiso is a big city. Concepcion is bigger than Valparaiso, but Santiago is the biggest of the three. Okay, you can say it's a bit big. Um, it's very big, etc. You can grade the adjective, but there are some adjectives that cannot be gradable. For example, hilarious. What is more than hilarious? Or exhausted. You can grade tired. I'm tired. I'm very tired. I am more tired than you. But you can say I am more exhausted than you. Yeah. So there are some adjectives which are gradable and some others which are not gradable. That is the idea that you have to have on your mind. And we also have this in Spanish. For example, when we say in Spanish, how do you say? Answer me this question. ¿Es el mejor o es el más mejor? ¿Cómo se dice? ¿El mejor o el más mejor?
El mejor.
El más mejor.
El más, ya, el
El
mejor
más,
no.
había, esto se lo voy a decir en español, porque había un famoso futbolista chileno que jugó en el Mundial, que decía, siempre decía, en un diario que era como la cuarta de ahora, en ese tiempo era el Clarín, y ellos se reían mucho de Leonel Sánchez, porque él una vez dijo, esto es fútbol, y así que tiene que gane el más mejor. Ni siquiera dijo el más mejor, sino que dijo el más mejor. Entonces siempre echaban la talla con eso. Pero eso se quedó grabado como algo, el más mejor. ¿Por qué no se puede decir el más mejor?
Porque mejor ya es como más bueno, por lo tanto, al decir más mejor sería el más bueno.
¿Es una
Claro,
redundancia?
es una redundancia, y ya el mejor es el máximo.
Porque el mejor ya es el más mejor.
El mejor es el máximo de algo. Por lo tanto, no se puede utilizar otra idea, ¿ya? Entonces, the same thing happens in English. Some adjectives can be gradable, but some others you cannot grade them, okay? Yeah, that's the idea. So I'm going to show you, again, I'm going to show you some articles about this, which are in here. Wait a minute. Yeah, strong adjectives. Here you have something that is kind of the idea of this, all right? Wait, here we are. Yeah, it says here, strong adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe the qualities of something. There are different kinds of adjectives in English. Adjectives can be gradable and non-gradable. These are called extreme or strong adjectives. Gradable adjectives mean different degrees or levels of the quality. We can use the adjectives with some adverbs. For example, a bit, very, really, extremely, quite. to show the degrees of the quality. Example, for difficult, we can say a little bit difficult, rather difficult, very difficult, or extremely difficult. Yeah. Now, this is the important thing. Non-gradable or extreme or strong adjectives do not have different degrees or levels of quality. We can also use this adjective with some adverbs only. Absolutely, completely, really, or mainly. Yeah. You cannot use, for example, with very or a bit. Okay. You can use them. The ones most used are absolutely and really. Absolutely and really plus a non-gradable adjective. Okay? For example, huge means very big. Yeah? You can say very huge. Saying huge, you are saying very big. All right? That's the idea. And now here you have some extreme adjectives with his parallel. For example, you are angry, but you can be furious. Big, huge. Clean, spotless. Crowded, packed. Dirty, filthy. When a person is dirty, it's okay, but when the person is filthy, that means that it's not only dirty, but also smells awfully, right? Then you have happy, elated, ugly, hideous, cold, freezing, long, endless, bad, terrible, nice, lovely, funny, hilarious, hot, boiling. When you are talking about the weather, you can say, oh, today is boiling. Yeah, it's extremely, yeah, really hot. Hungry, starving, old, ancient, pretty, gorgeous, scary, terrifying, small, tiny, and tired, exhausted. Okay? Okay, we're almost very close to the end of the class, but I want you to see another that I'm going to upload today, and we're going to do this exercise too, okay? And which is in here. Wait a minute. Oops, I cannot. Yeah. Oops, I cannot move this. No. Yeah. In here you have this. The same thing that I was telling you. Extreme or strong or extreme adjectives are adjectives which are used instead of using very and a normal adjective, etc., etc. I'm going to upload this, but I want you to do this exercise for a little while. For example, in here you have only boiling, boiling, boiling. But when Tom read this, please, Braulio.
When Tom discovered that someone had stolen his jacket, he was very angry. He was absolutely delicious.
Absolutely
Furious.
furious. Let's see. Okay, Carlos, number 2.
Derek invited 30 people to his birthday party, so he ordered a really big cake. It was absolutely delicious.
Delicious. Where is it? Here. Yeah,
I
I'm going to accept your opinion. Kimberly, number 3.
When I told mom that John had asked me to marry him, she was really happy. She was absolutely overjoyed, maybe.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, Alberto.
Puso starving.
Ah, sorry. Overjoyed. There you go. Okay, Alberto.
He told me he didn't do his homework because his dog had eaten his book. That's a really silly excuse. It's absolutely ridiculous.
All right, let's see. Okay, let's see, Martina.
When Peter left me for another woman, I was very sad. I felt absolutely miserable.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Jorge Alvarez.
I'm so hungry that I could eat a horse. I'm absolutely starving.
I'm absolutely starving. That's right. Jorge Gonzalez.
Jane's stories about her trips to Africa are really interesting. They're absolutely gorgeous? No, no,
Mm-mm.
no, 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 no. Fascinating.
Fascinating. Okay. Nicolás Parada. Nicolás.
I never seen a pretty baby girl in a whole life. She's absolutely I don't know.
I don't know. Who can tell me?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Now together. These dumplings are really. Do you know what dumplings are?
Yep.
Yes.
Who? What is dumplings?
Yes.
Food.
Food. But what type of food? I think it's
Asian.
parts of the chicken.
I think it's Japanese food.
From China.
Yeah, but it's part of the chicken, the dumplings, or the duck, or something like that. It's kind of a bird or something like that. Okay, these dumplings are really tasty. They are absolutely
Delicious.
delicious. Where is it? Delicious. All right. Then when we went inside the museum, we had to take our jumpers off because it was really hot. It was absolutely, it's in there, boiling. And your homework this week is really bad. In fact, it's absolutely, you must do all the exercises again.
Dreadful?
Dreadful could be, yeah. And the last one, we were very excited when we were told about the school trip to Amsterdam. We were all absolutely
Thrilled?
thrilled. Yeah, check my test. Let's see.
Todas malas.
I don't know. Oh, there was one mistake here. There you go, 30 people.
Máxima, me equivoqué yo, po.
To his birthday party, so he ordered a really big cake. It was absolutely huge. Yeah, it has to do with the size of the cake. Yeah, we thought it was about the taste. The rest were all okay. Okay, you can do this at home. I'm going to upload it and read this too. But we are done now. Okay, this is all for today. If anybody has any question, I have some more minutes. So you can ask me questions. I'm going to leave this for questions, or if you have a bigger problem, you can wait for me at the end. Any questions so far?
About the class or about English?
About anything.
Yeah. So when do I have to send the video?
I think that the instructions are in the paper that uploaded Miss Patty.
Yeah,
right now
I was trying to look up for it, but I didn't find it.
You didn't find it, but it's in there. So you have to reread all the things that she sent. And
Teacher,
yes,
I have the same question.
In Classroom.
Who has the same
Because
question?
I searched it in Classroom and it's not.
I don't know.
Not there.
I don't have the answer now because I have to read it. Okay, try to find it out. Next class, I'm going to have the idea in my mind. And if you still have the doubt, I can let you know. All right? But now okay. Any other question?
Mister?
Yes.
About the presentation too. Pero le tengo que preguntar en inglés, ¿verdad?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. Does it have to be about a topic of the book, or can it be something, I don't know, I can
No,
teach?
we don't care about that. I mean, the idea is that you have to present it as a way of a class, as you would do something, right? So you choose one topic, could be any topic, could be from now, for example, from coronavirus or from the social events that we have had in our country. You can choose anything, but you can present in those minutes something about, could be a topic, or it could be also something about one little grammatical structure, all right? But the idea is to present it as a class. How would you do it? How would you teach that? All right?
How many minutes has to be?
Sorry?
How many minutes?
We're thinking about 5 minutes, could be. Not more than that,
okay.
5 minutes. 5 minutes is a long time sometimes. It could be a long time if you're
Yes.
nervous and all that.
For doing a class is a short time.
Yeah, for a class is a short time, but if you are very concise and precise, it's good. It's enough. It's enough to demonstrate that you know, for example, corporal expression or things like that. Okay, we want to have the voice. In 5 minutes, you have to demonstrate that you are learning how to teach. You are learning not only English, but also how to teach. So it's very important the way you present the topic or the idea. All right, it's not only being like this, you know, talking without looking at the audience, without looking at the students, and not moving. You know that a teacher has to be active. Well, now this is kind of a, you know, it's contradictory because I am sitting here, you know, but it is because I cannot move. But normally a teacher has to be moving all the time, has to be putting emphasis on certain things. The voice, you have to use your voice in a good way, etc. All those things, I think you have learned them already. Yeah. So now you have to show us that you have learned not only English, but also how to become a good teacher. Okay.
Teacher, sorry,
Yes.
I was doing something and I didn't pay a lot of attention. The topic of the video, it can be anything in relation with English, or it has to be something that we are learning now.
No, as I said before, you can choose anything that you would like to present. For example, I don't know. I'm thinking about anything. You would love to present something about food. You have a good article. You have, I don't know, a good video or something. Okay, I would like to teach this. So if you want to teach about food, and also in that, for example, teaching about food, you can teach also the strong adjectives, for example. Yeah. For example, I am just telling you certain ideas, but you choose, you decide. Okay? It's up to you.
Mr. So you mean no matter the topic we choose, that can be anything we want, we have to associate it to something that has to do with the book? You mean like something?
Nothing, I mean, we are not going to force you to choose anything. If you don't want to choose about the book, choose another thing. For example, if, let's see, you want to present, I don't know, the past perfect that is not covered in the book, and you want to present it, it's up to you. You choose. All right. You have absolute freedom to decide what to teach, how to present it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Is it clear? Okay. As a final review here, I wrote something in this. Can you see it? In here, I have kind of the review of everything. Adjectives can be divided into two types: gradable and non-gradable. The ones that are non-gradable are the ones that are called strong or extreme adjectives. These extreme adjectives cannot be used with very, for example, but they have to be used with absolutely or really to emphasize. Okay, that's like the review of this. Yep. So if you have any doubts, you can tell me, teacher, I want to talk to you, you know, privately, and then you can ask me. But I'm now you can leave You are free. And see you on Wednesday. Okay? If anyone wants to talk to me later,
Okay.
can stay. All
No.
right? Okay.
All right. Okay, bye,
Bye-bye.
teacher.
See you.
Bye bye. Hasta la
Goodbye.
próxima.
Bye. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Yep. Tiare or Crystal, anything that you would like to talk to me? Crystal, let's see. You wanted to ask me something, Crystal? Hello. Hello, Crystal? No. Okay.